Hello, my name is Chris. I'm a beginner runner that started running about 18 months ago. And due to the COVID-19 epidemic, almost all races have been canceled or postponed. So my local half marathon was canceled, and I was training for it. So in order to test my fitness, I decided to run a solo half marathon time trial. I selected a 3.28 mile road section and I ran it 4 times to total 13.1. Big shout out to my wife who filmed and or basically my aid stations. And in this video, I'm going to give you some context to this time trial and sort of the play-by-play of what I'm thinking. Enjoy. Exactly 1 year ago, I ran my first official race, my first half marathon. I ran it in 1:42, which is about 7:50 pace. I had only been running for about 6 months at that point, and I was averaging about 35 miles a week of running. Fast forward 1 year, I've been running a little bit more consistently. I'm averaging about 50 miles a week. I had been training pretty hard, doing some tempo runs, doing a little bit faster speed work in training for this race. But once I figured out that it was canceled, I just stopped training. So for the past 5 to 6 weeks, I've been averaging about 50 miles a week, only easy running. I've been doing no speed work, no tempo runs at all, just easy running. So I wanted to run this solo half marathon time trial really as a benchmark for my fitness, just to see how much I could improve in 1 year's time. My goal was to run a little under 1:30, which would be a little under sub 7 pace, maybe about 6:45 or 6:50 pace. Now I was super nervous going into this because I hadn't run anything under sub 7 pace for like 6 weeks. I didn't know if my body could handle it. I didn't taper for this at all. I just decided, hey, let's just go do it. My first mile was 6:37, and that was a little fast. My goal for the first couple miles was just to relax, find the groove, find the rhythm at about 6:45, 6:50. I knew I had to go a little slow just to make sure that I didn't pay for it at the end. But by mile 3, I could feel that I was struggling a little bit more than I thought. I figured that I could run 6 to 8 miles without really feeling anything. But by mile 3, I was feeling pretty tired and struggling to keep up the pace. I was trying to stay super relaxed and trying to just breathe deeply and just think about something else. But I was laboring pretty hard, and this is mile 4.4 for my first water stop, and I was struggling, and I knew that it was going to be a long day. I had a lot of doubts about whether or not I could sustain this for 13 miles because I was already feeling tired at like mile 4 and 5. So this is the halfway turnaround point, and I am feeling extremely tired. And at this point, I basically want to give up because it's feeling a little too hard. And I'm a really beginner runner, so I don't know exactly what race effort should feel like. I feel like in the half marathon it should feel easy, but I'm not sure. So I don't know if I can keep going at this point. My goal and my thinking between mile 6.6 and 9.9, which was the next turnaround point, was to just stay about 90% effort to hold on to the pace, but don't go all out just yet. And I really struggled here to hold on. I was going pretty fast, I think, like about 6:45 pace, but I was struggling. I could feel my form deteriorating and really struggling. So this is mile 9.8, 9.9, the final turnaround point. And I was breathing really heavily at this point, and I couldn't really drink this Kool-Aid. I just sort of splattered it all over my face just to get a little bit in. And so at this turnaround point, I was thinking to give 100% effort now, just to go all out. And I was thinking that I could go a little faster, maybe 6:35, 6:30 pace. So I decided to put in a little bit more effort, but I realized that I was dying and I wasn't going any faster. So I felt like my perceived effort level was rising. So I was just going all out, but I was barely holding on to 6:45, 6:50 pace, and I wasn't getting any faster. So at this point, I'm just thinking, I have like half a mile, 1 mile, I can do it for another 20 minutes, I can hold on.
He's done. 128 what?
128, like 27 or something.
Woo!
I finished the first half of the 13.1 in 44:22, and then my second half was 44:06. So it was a really close negative split, which I'm really happy about. And so my final time, unofficial, is 1:28:28. Overall, I was super pleased with this time trial. It really speaks volumes to what consistency can do. So I look forward to the future. Happy running.